Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again, S.Manly Chronicles. And as you know, my name is Steven Manly. I'm always the real bad man. So guys, leo I have a very good story. I have a very important story. As kwanza nitoke penye kuna kelele. I don't want noises in this story. This is one of the best stories I can ever tell you. So this story is about why female energy is so important in social interaction. Let me see like the sun kiss. You can see me sun kiss. So the story is about why female energy is so important in social interaction. Like nikisema female energy namaanisha once you have a female ama kama unatembea na dem yote or a girl or a woman in your day-to-day life, in your social interaction, it's so powerful because women have a type of energy and us men we don't have. We men, we don't love fighting for things which are meaningless. We always look at some things and we always say that, you know what, that stuff, hiyo kitu si ya kupigania hata tuniache. But women, they will fight for something until the end. They will never give up. Women cannot give up. Even if something is meaningless, they cannot give up. And that's one thing I really loved about Random Chick. It's a girl who I was walking with yesterday. I'll just tell you this story. So nilikuwa na udem jana yesterday. She came. I was supposed to be able to take her to one of my friends who was offering sponsorship deals. So this girl was called Mrs. Kate. Mrs. Kate is a very beautiful African girl. So Mrs. Kate alikuja. Then after amekuja, I took her for the sponsorship deal. After the sponsorship deal, Mrs. Kate was telling me that, you know what, I'm hungry, my child is also hungry, and we are going back home. Can you be able to do for us something? I was like, you know what, let me take them on a hotel. They eat, then they go home because I'm the one who called them. So I took Mrs. Kate to a hotel. After we went to the hotel, I was asking Mrs. Kate, what are you going to eat? And Mrs. Kate was like, I don't know. So we got inside the hotel, we sat down. So we sat down. I asked Mrs. Kate for the second time, what are you going to eat? She was like, I don't know. Then I said, waiter, come. I called the waiter. So I asked the waiter, food gani ndo iko? Which food is available? And the waiter was like, this food, this type of food, this chapati, maragwe, and there's so many different types of food. And I was like, hizo food zote. So I asked Kate, so have you had those foods, Mrs. Kate? So what will you eat? Mrs. Kate was like, let me first think about that. I was like, okay, think about it. Then I said, okay, bring for me chapati and dengu. I was like, yeah, okay, let me bring for you. What about the child? So that's how the waiter was. The waiter was like, what about the child? I was like, bring the child mandazi. What about you, Kate? Kate was like, nilete ugali na maragwe. So the food was brought as fast as possible. We were served fast after we were served. So guys, after we ordered the food was came and brought us, and once the food vililikuja, Mrs. Kate was like, this food is looking so bad. We're gonna bubbles. This food has bubbles. This mbosho, maragwe, the beans, it has bubbles. And Mrs. Kate was like, let me wait for your food. So my food was brought. It was like, it's so amazing. So she looked at my food and she was like, your food looks tasty, better than my food. I wish I would order yours. So I was like, okay, come and test it. So I tested the food. The food was tasting shit. That food, haikuwa ina test vizuri, it was going to test shit. So after we tested the food and found out that the food was shit, Mrs. Kate said that we are not paying for this food. I was like, let us just leave it and get off this restaurant. But Mrs. Kate insisted that we are not going to leave this restaurant or this hotel if you are not paying, tungetoka hapo alisema tunatoka hapo tulipizo food or we take another food. That is how Mrs. Kate was like, no need. And Mrs. Kate was like, no, call the waiter. The waiter came, okay, this food is bad. Why are you giving us bad food? Mrs. Kate started arguing with them. He argued. And until the end, Mrs. Kate won this case because Mrs. Kate was fighting them with emotions. And this is something which I learned from female. I myself, I could not be able to fight for something which is meaningless, food. They want to be able to gain my money. At least I'll never come back to that hotel. That is how I was thinking. I will pay for that food, even though I've not eaten it. But Mrs. Kate on the other side was like, even if the food is meaningless, we are not paying, we are not eating, take your food, we are living without not paying, even if you've given us food. And I was like, the female energy is so powerful. So the lesson for this video is that try to be able to work with female. Female energy is so powerful kwa social interactions. Watakusaidia. Get help. I could waste more than 300 Kenyan shillings in that hotel, but I wasted 130. But I paid 130. Could waste 300. I could pay for food which I was not supposed to pay for because I was like, it's meaningless. But Mrs. Kate, it's not meaningless. We need to fight for it until the end. That's the power of female energy.